Denis Cyplenkov is in great shape. Guys, now that East vs West is over, and that we had the disclosure of Devon vs levan, now we can move on to see another great match, which is the match of Ermes vs Denis. And you know, it might seem that this match is very far away, but actually, we're almost a month away from it. And just recently, Kirill Sarychev has posted a video with Denis Cyplenkov on where they are having a sparring on the table. And I already made videos here on where I talk about Denis Cyplenkov's current shape. And there are a few times that I looked at Denis at random sparrings 4 months ago, and I've noticed then that he was looking in great shape. But of course there's always people saying that he hasn't gained much. And just recently on that sparring that Kirill posted, I don't know about you guys, but I believe Denis Cyplenkov has evolved. If we look to his arm, and especially his forearm, and compared to what he was looking on past sparrings, we can definitely see the difference. And if Denis hasn't yet reached his peak, and he gets to look even more masterful than that to face Ermes, I think we'll see a pretty crazy match. And something pretty interesting has happened on that regard lately, because, as I said on the beginning, Kirill Sarychev was training with Denis Cyplenkov lately, right? So, after East vs West was over, somebody decided, very likely Engin, to give Kirill some education in terms of arm wrestling. And he had the best possible coaches, Engin, Devon, and Ermes. So Kirill got to pull a little bit with Denis Cyplenkov's next opponent. And if we pull side to side Kirill sparring with Denis and Ermes, we'll notice that Ermes looks slightly more dominant than Denis. And I believe this is actually to be expected because, you know, Denis Cyplenkov isn't really a guy who attacks much on the table. He is more into holding his opponents, gassing them out, and pinning them. But, you know, I don't think this is gonna happen with Ermes. I don't think Ermes is gonna gas out. And I say this because if we look to the match of Ermes vs levan, we'll see that not only Ermes has a great arm power, but he has even better endurance. Because, as we know, he was the guy that made levan quit. And levan even said that this was the best match of his life. So, you know, if Denis is actually counting with holding Ermes and gassing him out, I don't think it's gonna happen. If Denis wants to beat Ermes, he needs a couple of things, and a couple of things that he does have. And one of them, which is the most important in my opinion, is the hand. Ermes even said after he had the grip up with Denis, that he had the most impressive hand in arm wrestling. And as we know, one of the key factors that made Devon beat Ermes was the hand. So if Denis pays close attention to Ermes' losses, with focus on taking Ermes' hand, I think we might have Denis Cyplenkov's name stamped on the top 10. Don't you guys think? Leave down in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.